Hey guys, this is your training video for how to host a party. You've already got the party booked, great, so what do I do now? So this is where I'm going to kind of help you with that. Annette, I know that you kind of have an idea because you hosted a party with me, but Alex, this is going to be all brand new for you, and I hope that it's going to be helpful. So this is kind of my display setup. I want you guys to be at your party a half hour before the scheduled time. It takes about a half hour to set everything up and chit chat with your host for a couple of minutes. So this is kind of what I do. Now, what you do may be completely different, and that's okay, because obviously I have a homemade box that my husband helped me with that you're not going to have right away. So what you can do is you can use the box that your warmer is in and put like something over it just to kind of hide the box, or you don't have to hide the box at all and just leave it open and have your warmer sit on top of that. So that's what you can do for now. I've upgraded to this handmade box to display my items, and I have a couple more tiers to it, but I didn't bring them out just to show you guys this piece. So I always have one warmer plugged in that I use whatever scent that I have already made samples out of. I have a couple different that the host can choose from that I bring with me. I usually try to have the scent of the month and then a couple other ones so that they can choose which one they would like me to pop in the warmer. When I get there, I ask them that, and then I just throw one cube into the warmer, get it plugged in, get it warming while I finish setting up my display. So by the time people get there, the house has already started smelling pretty good. Before I go any further, sometimes you're going to have a host who doesn't have a whole lot of space, and you may be doing it on a smaller table. You'll just have to adjust the things that you put out. You may not put out everything that you thought you were going to bring, like everything that came in your kit may not fit on the table if it's a small space, but just make do. If it's a small coffee table or whatever, just put out small things. Sometimes if I don't have this much space, I will move my basket of testers to the coffee table or a small table or the middle of the floor, the middle of the kitchen counter, wherever is convenient. So just adapt to whatever your setting is to make it accessible for everybody. So once I have set up and before people start arriving, I talk to my host and I remind her that, you know, she's going to try to encourage people to book a party at her party, because then they're going to get an extra half price item. So sometimes I'll play a host game. In the past, I have done like those Mardi Gras necklaces and just weaved it into a scent circle here and had the host wear 3 scent circles around her neck on the Mardi Gras beads. And her goal was to get 3 people to take each one to take one to say that they would book a party, and then if they did book a party, then they would get the circle. So that's one idea that you can do, but the whole point is to coach your host prior to the party. And then hold on a minute. Keep rolling. Sorry about that. And then as people arrive, I have these lap boards, and you can make these lap boards by getting a binder, a 3-ring binder, and I get the ones that have the plastic sleeve because I put in the earning potential on the back, and then cut them in half, cut the 3-ring part out, and then you have 2 lap boards. Pretty inexpensive. I think I bought 6 of them, so I have 12 lap boards. And then that way it gives them a hard surface to write on in their lap, and it keeps all the things in it that I want them to have during the party. So each person gets an order form. They get a product list, because it's cheaper to give them that than the catalog, a wish list that they can write all the things that they like that they may not be able to buy this time around, why they should join my team, a monthly special, and sometimes if I have extras of like what buddies are available, I'll take care of that. It's in the trash. Can you take care of that, please? You'll have to bear with me, I have other things going on. So in the back here, or sometimes you may not be in the back, you'll be up front, so you'll want to put some things off to the side for you to grab throughout the party. So for example, I have the what buddies we have available flyer that I can pull out when I want to talk about that. I have, this month is the Bring Back My Bars, so I'll have that to pull out to talk about as well. I also have the laundry, so I can make sure that prompts me to talk about the laundry, and that it's not just warmers and wax. And then I'll have some other layers products here for Bath and Body as well on the table that I can talk about. And I'll usually have the charity warmer, and I have been doing this particular fundraiser where I challenge somebody at the party to take this envelope and sell 5 of these charity warmers, and if they do that, they get a half price item. So that's something you can challenge somebody to do. Also, I may, depending on if I feel like I've got it all in my head or not, I will write down how I want the party to go on a 3x5 card, and then just keep that in your stack so that if you find yourself getting lost during the party, then you can just look at your card and say, oh, I talked about that, that, and that, and then move on to the next, so you can keep yourself kind of organized. I always encourage everyone to enter the drawing so that they can earn a warmer. This is something that I do. You don't necessarily have to give away a warmer. It could be just a bar of wax, and then you would just have this enter here. This is the door prize, so I have everyone fill out a slip. The great thing is, once they filled out the slip completely, then you have all their information for future contact references, which is great. So I do a warmer, I do a plug-in at my parties, but I can afford that. If that's not what you can afford, then do something you can't afford or that you have in hand. So I have a lot of the products set out, and throughout the party I will play games. So some games are, my first opener game is usually an icebreaker game. So when people first get there and get settled in, I have this particular game that I play that I call Read Me. And it's just a questionnaire that they have to read the directions, get through all the answers. Whoever's the first one to get it done wins. The great thing about this game, as Annette knows, is you don't have to do any of the questions. If you read the directions, the game will tell you to turn in the paper without doing any of the things on the paper. However, the way I usually word it is, the first one who gets all of these done the fastest is going to win a prize, and you have to keep it flipped over till I say go. And I'm going to say ready, set, go. And as soon as they flip it over, they completely forget to read the top part. They start with number 1. They get going through the thing. It is the funnest thing to stand there and watch. And the people who do get it, that read all the directions and bring you the paper, sometimes if it's the host, I'll say, oh, I'll let you go because you're the host. Or I'll say something so that it doesn't tip off the other people that they're doing it wrong. Because it's really fun to get everyone laughing. So that's a fun game, and I can put that up on the site for you guys to print out. And then I have the card game, which is fun. I have the explanation on here. I'm not going to go into each little game, but and then I have asked the consultant questions about my job, nothing about the products, just about my job, and they'll earn money. And then at the end of the party, they can use their money for an auction on some bags, and in each bag I'll have different things like a circle, a bar, host a party, blah blah blah. So there's different ideas that you can do. Sometimes I'll do bring a deck of cards, and as they ask me questions, hand them a card, and then like Rummy, add up the points, and then the person who gets it gets a prize. Like I said, usually it's either a bar or a circle that I have on hand. I don't know what I did with them, but I had a couple set aside that I would keep in the back that are just for my prizes. Then I have some informational things, like I have some information about layers, how to do basket parties, some of our fundraisers. I may pass these around to let people look at during the party. Our coffee beans, I don't know if you guys got this in your kit or not, but mine's coffee grounds, it's not coffee beans, but coffee in itself, if they've been smelling too much, if they smell the coffee, will clear their senses so that they can keep smelling. So it's a nice thing to have. And then I just talk about each product as I'm doing the party and show them some cool things, like for example with the plug-in, the fact that the plug-in can go in any plug if it's sideways or upside down and still keep it upright. I do have a sample hand cream that I usually pass around for people to try while we're talking. That's the only tester sample that I have that I pass around. I usually have a basket party, however all of my basket parties are out right now, but I would usually have a ready to go basket party sitting next to this, so somebody at the party could take home a basket party with them right there at the party, and you could book it in your calendar, and there you go. And then what I did the other day is the campfire starters to give out as a gift too. I'll have a few of these on hand to hand out. I did these the other night. I will have a full catalog on the table if somebody wants to see the full catalog, or you need descriptions of some of the scents because the descriptions are not on the product list. So I do have one of those, but because they're more expensive, I don't give everybody one of them, because you get 25 of these for $12, where I can get 150 of the product list for $9. It's a much better deal. So I like to hand out the product list much more. What else do I want to tell you? I wish you were here so I could answer some questions, but so I kind of run through the party. I do a couple of games, show product, do a game, show product, do a game. And then at the end of the party, I wrap up people's orders, and if somebody during the party who ordered hasn't booked a party yet, then I have this game, and I bring a dice, and I tell them when I'm helping closing out their party order that if they roll the dice, then they have the chance to win one of these items depending on what they at their party. So that's the thing, they have to book a party, and at their party you will honor this gift. So it gives you time to figure out how you're going to cover that gift without you having to actually pay for it, and that's something I can talk about in another training. So everything on this table either came in my kit, I've acquired over past orders in my free inventory, or I got at the dollar store. I'm really big on the dollar store. I do a lot of my supplies at the dollar store. And actually, I don't even remember where I got these mats, but either yard sales or the dollar store. I try to stay as cheap as I can. Remember to keep all of your receipts because it's all tax write-off. And I usually try, that's the other thing, I try to bring goodie bags, so I'll ask my host ahead of time how many people are going to be at the party, what's the head count of the party, so that I can try to make enough bags ahead of time. If I'm not going to do something small like the campfire starter, I may make a bunch of these and just this be the gift. But if I decide that I want to pass out some possibility packets, then that's a good time to do it as well. So if you, during the party, notice that someone is really bubbly and they're really positive and they say, I love Scentsy, hello, recruiting person, you want to hand them one of your possibility packets and say, I want you on my team. Have you thought about selling Scentsy? So those are some things you need to talk about. And then I throw all of my testers in one bucket like I showed you, and I just let them sit around and smell. Annette, I want you to post what you've done with yours up on the team page, because I think that would help Alex. What I have done in the past, Alex, is some trays. I at one point had separated all of the testers and had glued magnets to the backs of the testers, and then I had a separate tray for each category. So this was all spring, summer. This was all Scentsy Man, romance, spa, corner cafe, blah blah blah. But it worked at some parties and it didn't at others. So I got lazy and I just threw them all in a bucket. But whatever works for you, find a way that it works for you. And just have fun with it. Be creative. It's your business. I'm here just to give you some tips and things that may trigger a new idea with you. But that's the thing. I want you to make sure that you're making it your own business. Something else that I did that sometimes I will set up on the side. I got this at Hobby Lobby. And then I just added some things on it. And I think I had set it down on the floor at Annette's party against the table, so it was just something that was there the whole party for them to look at. So be creative and pick things up along the way, and hey, maybe you will show me something that would be really awesome. But I try to get out there and tell people about everything, and at the party have a lot of fun and enthusiasm. I didn't really run through a party. I just kind of told you how I do a party. But I hope that kind of gives you an idea. It is a little nerve-wracking when you're around a bunch of ladies you don't know. So you have to take a deep breath and just say, all of these people are going to be my new customers. And how awesome is that? Because I'm going to make money, and I'm going to make money having fun and being happy and saying, oh my gosh, have you seen our new product? It's really awesome. Have you smelled this new smell? It's really great. So, just get happy. Just show them how excited you are to be there and how much fun you're having, and they're going to want to join you too. So next week, let me know. I can either do a video on recruiting, or I can do a video on putting in an order and how to combine stuff. So just let me know what you want me to talk about, and I'll talk about it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.